What's up, everybody? We are back on Steel City. I am your host, Andre Duke. Just getting it going. We're just talking about it here. I trying to get everything set up. If you could do me a favor and hit that like and subscribe button, that helps us out tremendously on what we're trying to do on this platform. Big thank you to all you guys that have been watching. Obviously, it's one of those deals today. So there is that. The Steelers taking on the Seahawks this weekend. I couldn't spit it out for a minute, but there's that. We're going to have some graphics to show. We are live on YouTube. I am getting the old TikTok set up at the moment. Just bear with me. Probably should have already had that done. But yeah, we are going live there. But also, if you can do me a favor, hit that like and subscribe button and help us grow this thing. That is what we're doing. Take care of some housekeeping. On Friday, there's only going to be one show. One show on Friday. It's going to be a call-in show only. We'll discuss whatever you guys want to talk about. But yeah, there is that. That is what we're trying to get accomplished here. I'm just getting some things in order real quick. But yeah, so there is that. Just checking it out here, getting the lay of the land. So yeah, that is pretty much it. But also we'll go to one of the bigger things. We'll open it up last 5 to 10 minutes. If you guys want to call, we'll take phone calls. So there's that. But first we'll go here. Stephen A. Smith, just unbelievable. This guy cannot get out of his own way. He says if Justin Fields continues to look like that, I'd be looking at the Steelers like, why'd you let him go? Well, the main reason why the Steelers let him go is because they wanted to get Aaron Rodgers, and Justin Fields didn't want to sit on the bench again. Because if my memory serves correct, the Steelers ended up winning that game. So that is that. I just look at it for what it is, and I think to myself, it's like, well, what are we doing here, Stephen A? But then again, you got to remember it's ESPN, also the Jets on there. That's just kind of what it is, but I just can't not get over Stephen A just making comments like that. Am I shocked? No, not really, but that's just kind of what Stephen A does. Stephen A ESPN wants to prop up the Jets as much as possible. I get it. I understand what narrative they're trying to drive there. So there's that. But yeah, I've moved Steel City to 6:30. That's kind of what we got going right now. But there is that. Get that out of the way. A little housekeeping here. Here's the power rankings after week 2, brought to you by Fox. The Eagles stay the same. The Bills go up 3. Baltimore drops. Green Bay idles. Kansas City drops 2. I'm not shocked that they dropped 2. The Steelers right there at 6. Washington moves up 1. The Chargers move up 3. Tampa up 1. I think the dropping of Cincinnati is just because of the second half, the way that they played against Cleveland. Detroit, obviously, with the loss was going to fall. The Cardinals end up making it out. It is what it is, but that's just kind of how I looked at it. But and then the Rams, I think the Rams have a good chance to win the NFC West just as anybody. There's that. Denver slides, Houston slides, Minnesota stays the same, San Fran stays the same, even though they won. The Falcons move up 3, the Bears down 1, Jacksonville down 1, Dallas up 1. I think it's because of how well they played against Philly, because they've got to have that Dallas love in there, which I seriously do not understand, but I'd roll Terry McLaurin tonight. The Raiders, Seattle down 3, the Colts up 3. Golfer love this weekend. I would go. Who do they have answering questions on TikTok? Who do the Lions have? The Bears. Yeah, I would roll with Golf. Dan Quinn, Thursday night, short week. That's just kind of where I'm at. I would roll Jared Goff. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. But anyway, the Colts up 3, Jets move up 4. I don't understand that. I don't understand why the Jets moved up 4 spots in the power rankings. But there's that. The Patriots down 3, Giants down 3, the Browns up 3. The Dolphins might be the worst team in football, to be honest. The Panthers down 2, and the Saints power rated the lowest in the NFL. Pick 2, Tyreek, McMullen, or Swift. I would roll Swift. Tyreek in Miami is a dumpster fire, and Bryce Young's too inconsistent. Debo over 45.5 yards. Yeah, I would say Debo, because they're going to try to take McLaurin out of the game, knowing Jeff Hafley. I would roll Swift on the Tyreek Hill, or the Tyreek Hill McMullen question. That's just kind of where I'm at on that. Just for the simple fact of they're not going to let Scary Terry try to beat him deep. And Debo should have a lot of work in the slot tonight if Daniels can hit him. Here we go. The Cowboys left tackle was fined for a club move that he pulled in the Eagles game. That is very fascinating to me, to say the least. I think that going forward is very interesting. But also, you guys on TikTok, if you want to get more direct questions answered NFL-wise, hit the link in the bio and come on over to YouTube. That helps us more than anything, and hitting the like and subscribe. So there's that. But yeah, I think he was fined like 15 or 20K on that deal. So there's that. Where else? Where are we going to go? Oh, the Travis Hunter thing. Travis Hunter, I guess, is going to get more snaps on defense. I don't know how well that's going to pan out for them. I just look at the Travis Hunter thing as a whole. I think he's going to struggle to not necessarily play defense in the NFL, but it's going to be hard for him to tackle 220-pound running backs consistently, just to be honest with you. I think that's going to be more of the challenge on the Travis Hunter side of things, just in my opinion. I think that, I mean, the Jaguars can do what they want with him, but I'd just play him on offense. That's just me. McLaurin or Pearsall. I think Green Bay is going to try to take Terry McLaurin out tonight. Also, yeah, Thursday Night Football. Who are you benching? Jalen Moore and Terry McLaurin, Mike Evans, or Ricky Pearsall? I would play Pearsall. But then again, you got to remember that you got Mac Jones quarterbacking the Niners this week, I guess. I guess Brock Purdy is going to miss multiple weeks. McLaurin's probably going to go for about 70 yards tonight. I don't think he'll do anything. Emeka Egbuka, James Conner, Breece Hall. I would start Breece Hall because I think the Jets are going to be able to run the ball going forward. And with Mike Evans kind of being iffy. I think A.J. Brown could come out and have a good game this week. Got to start two. Henry, Andrews, or Pitts. I would roll Pitts. Pitts is the best out of those three. If you're talking Derrick Henry, the running back, I would stay away from Tyreek Hill. That's just me, honestly. In Hollywood, James Conner, Breece Hall. Start two. I would start Emeka and Breece Hall. Ertz or Kincaid. I'd roll Kincaid. What do you think of this? That's not a bad parlay, to be honest. I don't hate that. But yeah, also guys on the TikTok here, if you come over to YouTube, it makes it a lot easier. And then at the end of the show, we're going to open the phone lines for about 10 to 15 minutes and let you guys call in if you want to before the college football show starts tonight. But anyway, we'll keep this on the ground. Adam Schefter tweets J.J. McCarthy and Michael Penix set to square off this week. That's interesting. It's a rematch of the national championship. So we'll see if that bears any fruit on how that's going to. I would roll Kincaid on how that is going to have some bearing on this game. I think that it's going to be fairly interesting, to say the least. That's just kind of what I'm thinking on it. See if Michael Penix can get some get back. That is fairly certain there. And then also he tweets out head coach Kyle Shanahan told reporters Brock Purdy could miss multiple weeks, and he is a long shot to play at New Orleans on Sunday. So the Saints are rolling in, or the Niners are rolling into New Orleans without no Brock Purdy. So that makes it interesting. That's why, well, a lot of people asking about the Pearsall stuff. Well, I don't know who Mac Jones's favorite receiver is. Mac's got a lot of weapons he can use, but you never know. I don't think I just kind of look at it. Love or Penix? I like Love over Penix this weekend. Just my opinion. Thanks for the follow, guys. What really helps us the most is when you come on over to the YouTube side of things, and then we're going to open the phone lines and let you guys call in here in a few. Here's this. I guess the NFL is not going to take any disciplinary action. I would roll ETN. Lamar Jackson makes a comment after shoving the fan. My apologies to him. Just chill next time. Keep your hands to yourself. I think that's fair. Am I shocked that Lamar shoved him? No. He was pounding on dude's helmet. That's just kind of what it is. But the NFL has came out and said they are not going to discipline Lamar Jackson for the shoving of the fan. So there's that. Sit Ertz, Juwan Johnson on the bench. Johnson could have a big game. He's the number one tight end, I think, this week in fantasy. But we will keep this moving and a grooving. Last topic of the evening. Oh no, I took myself out. But one of the final topics, Coleman. I'd roll Coleman. The Bears' schedule has been a hot button issue. I know in Chicago the last couple of days, the Bears fans are pretty upset about Steelers D or Rams D. Who do they play, Jason R? I know the Steelers have Seattle, but who do the Rams play? McConkey or Metcalf? Who should I start? I would roll Metcalf. Playing against his old team that traded him, the Titans. I would roll Steelers defense because I think the Titans are going to want to sling it all over the yard. That's just kind of what I'm thinking. That's my thoughts there. I would stay away from everything Saints and fantasy, but the Bears here, they got to go to Detroit, have Dallas at home, Vegas, and then they hit the bye week. And then if you look at the Bears' schedule, it looks like 7 weeks of pain. They go Washington, could pick one up against New Orleans, and they go at Baltimore, at Cincinnati. The Giants, possible pick one up there. Then they have Minnesota again on the road. Pittsburgh, after they play Pittsburgh, they got to go on the road to Philadelphia. And then they have Green Bay, Cleveland, Green Bay, San Francisco to end the year. Not looking great for the Bears there rolling down the stretch. I find that very fascinating, to say the least, on how the Bears are going to find wins. But yeah, there is that. Get that out of the way. But I guess for now we will leave the phone lines open and have the phone lines open, and whatever, if you guys want to come on over to YouTube, you can call in with all your questions. Just looking at, I would roll Jonathan Taylor. Probably Harold Fannin, to be honest. Just looking at it here, we'll pull up some of the Steelers injury stuff. As of September 10th, yesterday, Joey Porter did not participate in practice. Malik Harrison placed on injured reserve. Skylar Thompson on injured reserve. Head coach Mike Tomlin announced Tuesday that Harmon's knee has been ruled out for the Steelers' Week 2 contest against the Seahawks on Sunday. So there is that. So no major change. No major change there. Let's go back over here. So there's that. A lot of people asking questions. Are the Steelers the best team in the AFC North? Maybe. I'd roll Debo tonight. But there's that. Rogers says tight back hurt his mobility against the Jets. Well, I mean, he is 40 years old, so there is that. JJ Watt extremely. Oh yeah, I forgot JJ Watt called the game. That is thanks for the follow. There is that. Jabril Peppers is going to be. I'll be interested to see how they deploy Jabril Peppers. That is something that we have going there. Also, Steelers Huddle. Come on, hit the link in the bio and come on over to YouTube. That helps us more than anything. But there's a lot of speculation on the Tyreek Hill stuff. I don't think the Steelers are going to bring in Tyreek Hill. I mean, the behavioral issues as it has been going. I mean, realistically, would you really want to bring in Tyreek Hill and upset the apple cart in the locker room? I mean, if I'm Aaron Rodgers, I would definitely veto that. I don't think Omar Khan would do that. So that's just kind of how it goes. And I don't get the start Debo. The Dolphins suck. I hate to say that out loud, but the Dolphins are bad. I don't think that's gonna happen. You sure? Yeah. I think Debo's gonna eat in the slot tonight. Green Bay's gonna try to stop Terry McLaurin. So yeah, there's not a whole lot on the injury front. Nothing too crazy. Out. That is a lot of how that goes. But yeah, the Steelers back-to-back weeks got Seattle. I would take JCM, to be honest. So there's that. Just answering questions on TikTok. I got the YouTube going. So there is that. Where is it? Just checking this out. We'll get this in here one time. We'll get that going. I'll leave it open for a little bit longer. Who do the Steelers play again? The Steelers play Seattle this weekend. That is who the Steelers have. But outside of that, I think that we're pretty much all but caught up. But yeah, if you guys come on over to YouTube, that helps us more than anything. That does a lot for us. Just getting ready for the college football show. I'll leave the phone lines open for another 5 minutes, and then we'll end it for tonight. Steel City is normally a smaller show, more like 30 minutes, just running over some NFL topics, kind of like a broad NFL show. Thursday night football is set to kick soon. I know a lot of people will be up for that. I will have that on as well. And then there is a college game on tonight. Wake Forest taking on NC State. So there's that. Getting that going. I'll leave the phones open for 5 more minutes. If you want to call, 260-255-4069 is the number to call. So there is that. We'll leave that open for a little bit longer, and then Ricky Pearsall or Terry McLaurin. I don't like either of those options, to be honest. Green Bay minus 2.5 in the first half. I don't hate it, but I think that Terry McLaurin's going to have a hard time tonight getting open. I don't think he's going to be the feature guy. I think the feature guy on this short week's going to be Debo, to be honest. That's what I'm anticipating, is Debo being the guy for tonight. We'll leave the phone lines open just for a little bit longer, and then got to change, and then we will hop on the college football show, which I'll bring the TikTok live back up. Bill or Hollywood, non-PPR. The thing with Hollywood is he's so hit or miss. I think Green Bay comes out strong, and it'll be interesting second half. Yeah, I don't necessarily disagree with that on Green Bay coming out strong. I think that if Green Bay can get Washington into, I like the Bears Swift better than that. Bro, the Steelers won by 2. Don't know about this year. Well, the issue is that it's week 1 for everybody, and Justin Fields is probably one of the most unique quarterbacks in the NFL outside of Lamar Jackson. So I think that's why Breece Hall, and they had so much success on the ground. That is kind of my thought on it. That's why they had so much success in week 1. And plus you didn't know what you were going to see. You have Pickens, Devontae Smith, Pearsall. I like Devontae Smith. Pearsall's got a new quarterback, and I think Dallas sucks. So there's that. Bowers isn't sure if he'll play Monday. Kraft or Kincaid. I'd roll Kincaid. James Conner or McConkey at flex. Probably Conner, to be honest, but we'll have the phone lines open for 2 more minutes, and then after that we're going to take a little break, and then I'll bring the TikTok live back for the college football show. So there's that. Also, if you guys are watching in the TikTok live, if you want to come on over to YouTube and hit the like and subscribe button, that helps us a ton. So there is that. I would take Golden. So, but yeah, so there's that. We are getting ready to wind it down on Steel City. We got that going. Baker Mayfield or Jordan Love. I'd roll Jordan Love, to be honest. But let me get back to the YouTube homepage. All right, we're at the 30-minute mark. I guess we will close the phone lines down. Last couple questions here. Travis, James Conner, Scary Terry for flex. I'd roll Travis, but with that being said, we're going to end it. I will bring this back on the college football show. Have a good one, TikTok. All right, YouTube. If you can do us the biggest favor, if you're watching this content later, hit that like and subscribe button and help us grow this thing. I appreciate everybody who watched tonight, and we will see you tomorrow. Remember, tomorrow is it's going to be a standalone call-in show. College, it'll be college, NFL, whatever you want to do, whatever you want to talk about. We will be taking all kinds of questions. Also, college football show coming up here soon, coming up in about 25 minutes. So if you want to talk college football, we'll be doing that also. But tomorrow is going to be free for all Friday. I think I'll probably start the show around 6:00, and we'll just let it keep rolling. And if you guys want to call, and we'll be taking calls. So tomorrow, 6:00, it'll be a live call-in show, and also stay with us for the college football show on that's coming up here in about 20 minutes. All right, have a good one.